guess 10 executive secretaries sitting in a room surrounded by computers is a sign that something important is about to happen. And that important thing for the Trans-European Division is that they're looking at a global membership software scheme. Why do we need this kind of system? To get a glimpse of the history, talk to Paul Lockham.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church has always sought to keep a track of its members. This used to be done in a handwritten form. As the membership grew, reporting such handwritten changes became more and more difficult. So various people experimented with how better to do it. With the advent of computers, many people tried different formats. Word documents, Access, and Excel spreadsheets soon abounded in different formats, giving different information. Pastor John Surridge in the 1990s sought to uniformalise how we would report our membership changes, and he came up with what became known as MemTrack. In the early days, this was an Access database system, but slowly it transitioned until in the early 2000s it became a web-based membership system that contained all of the membership records from across the 3 missions and 2 conferences within the British Union. Its limitations have slowly come to the front, in that all the information from local churches still has to be reported to the conference and mission offices to be input into MemTrack. With our growth in membership, this has become unwieldy, and now we're looking for the next step. This came in the form of ACMS, which saw its launch in the TED last week in the Netherlands Union.
The man in charge of it all for the Trans-European Division is Dean, Associate Secretary at the Trans-European Division. He travelled to the Netherlands where the first implementation is taking place and joined with the other executive secretaries from around the division just to see how it was going to work.
There are many benefits that will come as a result of this, what's called ACMS, which stands for Adventist Church Management Systems. The first one is it's free, so there are no costs involved to any of the unions or attached fields. The General Conference will cover all the costs associated with the implementation of this software. Secondly, you can have quicker transfers from one church to another. If all the churches are online, transfers can be done automatically, electronically, just much quicker than doing things by post on paper. Another plus is that you can have real-time membership records, because any changes that are made by the local church clerks are reflected in the system immediately. It will benefit the local church, of course. At the same time, though, the local church clerks don't all have to enter the information on the computer themselves. If you have a church clerk, for example, who does not have access to a computer or who is not computer literate, the conference secretary can process that information. Once the information is in the system, then at the press of a button you can produce any reports that you like. For example, you can have reports on the percentage of male and females when it comes to your membership, membership based on age. Any report that you can think of, provided the information, of course, is put into the system.
Might some people then think, you're going back to the book of Numbers and censuses and...
I think one of the concerns that was raised by one of the church clerks is having so much personal information on one database and the risk of somebody hacking into the database and having access to that information. The General Conference has confirmed that they will do the best they can to make the service as secure as possible to prevent hacking.
What's to stop me suddenly getting unsolicited emails from the General Conference or anywhere else? Is my privacy still sufficiently protected?
Your privacy would be completely protected. Each conference and each union has only access to their own members' records. although we're talking about a global membership system.
And I suppose the other advantage to you in gathering statistics, at the moment the British Union uses Memtrack, the Danish Union has got its own system, the Finns have got their own system, and every country around the division's got its own system, and they don't talk to each other. So now you've got something where your statistics are going to be more accurate. It may change the total membership of this division.
That's correct. One of the things that I was very impressed by when we did the training in the Netherlands last week was the fact that when you try to enter a new member, the first thing you have to do is to search and see whether that name exists in the system already. And that prevents people from holding membership in 2 or even 3 different countries.
Okay, so there were 10 of you there in the Netherlands last Thursday. You were learning the system together. It's been a number of years in development. When is it actually going to happen for the TED?
It has already happened in the Netherlands. The Netherlands was the first.
So Netherlands takes the lead and the rest of us will follow.
That's correct. Netherlands has taken the lead. The British Union has expressed interest in the ACMS package. So has Denmark, Finland, the Baltics, and Sweden and Cyprus.
So there you have it. I guess databases may not be the most exciting thing, but they are nevertheless important. And as we see this new system of software spreading out across the division to various unions as they perhaps take it on at different times, we pray that it's going to help the efficiency of our church, and that efficiency most of all in terms of membership retention, membership growth, membership tracking, so that we can effectively share God more fully, more completely across Europe.